Welcome to my channel. Today I am going to tell about a story which is called Polly's Panda-tastic Paper Plane Parade. Enjoy it! Once upon a time, in the small town of Willowvale, there lived a girl named Polly. Polly was a curious and imaginative 8-year-old with a love for adventure. She had curly brown hair that bounced as she skipped along the cobblestone streets, and a smile that could light up the darkest of days. One sunny morning, as Polly was playing in her backyard with her favorite toy panda, Pandy, a colorful envelope fluttered down from the sky and landed right at her feet. Polly's eyes widened with wonder as she picked up the envelope. It was decorated with whimsical drawings of paper planes soaring through the clouds, and it had her name written in beautiful cursive letters, Polly. "Wow, Pandy! Look what we found!" Polly exclaimed, showing the envelope to her beloved panda. Pandy blinked his button eyes in silent curiosity as Polly carefully opened the envelope. Inside, there was a sparkling golden ticket and a note that read, "Dear Polly, you are cordially invited to participate in the first ever Panda-tastic Paper Plane Parade. Join us at the Willowvale Park this Saturday at noon for a day filled with fun, creativity, and surprises. Don't forget to bring your imagination and your favorite paper plane creations. Sincerely, the Paper Plane Parade Committee." Polly's heart raced with excitement as she read the invitation. She had always dreamed of attending a parade, and now she had the chance to be part of one. But what made this invitation even more special was the mention of pandas. Polly had a soft spot for these cuddly creatures, just like her dear Pandy. "Pandy, we're going to a parade," Polly exclaimed, giving her panda a tight hug. "And it's going to be panda-tastic." With a skip in her step and a smile on her face, Polly knew that this was the beginning of a grand adventure. Little did she know that the Paper Plane Parade held more surprises and wonders than she could ever imagine. And so, with the golden ticket clutched tightly in her hand, Polly set off to prepare for the Panda-tastic Paper Plane Parade, eager to see what awaited her at Willowvale Park. Throughout the week, Polly couldn't contain her excitement for the upcoming Panda-tastic Paper Plane Parade. Every day after school, she and Pandy would spend hours crafting the most magnificent paper planes they could imagine. They folded, decorated, and tested each one, giggling with delight as they watched them soar through the air. On Thursday afternoon, Polly's best friend, Sam, came over to help with the preparations. Sam was a cheerful and creative boy with a knack for building things. Together, they turned Polly's backyard into a bustling workshop filled with colorful paper, markers, and glitter. "Wow, Polly! These paper planes are amazing!" Sam exclaimed, admiring their handiwork. "Thanks, Sam. I'm so glad you're here to help," Polly replied with a grin. As the sun began to set and the stars twinkled in the sky, Polly and Sam put the finishing touches on their paper plane creations. They had planes shaped like pandas, unicorns, and even a majestic dragon. Each one was a work of art, filled with love and imagination. With their arms full of paper planes, Polly and Sam headed inside to get some rest before the big day. But as Polly tucked herself into bed, she couldn't shake the feeling of excitement bubbling inside her. She tossed and turned, her mind filled with thoughts of the parade and all the wonders that awaited her. Finally, morning arrived, and Polly sprang out of bed with a wide grin on her face. Today was the day of the Panda-tastic Paper Plane Parade, and she couldn't wait to see what adventures awaited her. After a quick breakfast of pancakes and orange juice, Polly gathered her paper planes and Pandy, and together with Sam, they set off for Willowvale Park. As they approached the park, Polly's heart skipped a beat at the sight of colorful tents, fluttering banners, and excited chatter filling the air. The park was alive with energy and excitement, and Polly knew that this was going to be a day to remember. With her friends by her side and her paper planes in hand, Polly joined the other children in the parade lineup. The sun shone brightly overhead as they waited for the signal to begin, and Polly felt a surge of happiness and anticipation wash over her. Little did she know that the greatest surprises of all were yet to come, waiting to unfold in the Panda-tastic Paper Plane Parade. As the clock struck noon, a cheerful trumpet sounded, signaling the start of the Panda-tastic Paper Plane Parade. Polly's heart raced with excitement as she and her friends stepped forward, their paper planes held high above their heads. With a flick of her wrist, Polly sent her panda-shaped paper plane soaring into the sky. It looped and twirled through the air, leaving a trail of laughter and wonder in its wake. Around her, she could see paper planes of all shapes and sizes, each one a testament to the boundless creativity of the children of Willowvale. As they paraded through the park, Polly couldn't help but feel a sense of joy and belonging wash over her. She laughed and danced with her friends, their voices blending together in a symphony of happiness and friendship. But the real magic began when they reached the center of the park, where a giant paper plane-shaped stage stood tall and proud. As the parade came to a halt, the crowd erupted into cheers and applause, welcoming them with open arms. On stage, the Paper Plane Parade Committee stood, smiling brightly as they addressed the crowd. "Welcome, everyone, to the first-ever Panda-tastic Paper Plane Parade," they announced. "Today, we celebrate the power of imagination and creativity, and the joy of coming together as a community." With a flourish, they unveiled a special surprise, a massive paper plane, big enough for all the children to climb aboard. With shouts of excitement, Polly and her friends scrambled up the ramp and settled into their seats, their eyes shining with anticipation. And then, with a mighty whoosh, the paper plane took off, soaring high into the sky. Below them, Willowvale stretched out like a patchwork quilt, its rooftops and streets bathed in golden sunlight. For a moment, Polly felt like she was flying among the clouds, free as a bird and filled with wonder. As they glided through the sky, Polly looked around at her friends, their faces radiant with joy and wonder. In that moment, she knew that she would never forget the Panda-tastic Paper Plane Parade, and the magical memories it had given her. And as the paper plane gently touched down in the park once more, Polly felt a sense of happiness and contentment wash over her. For in that moment, she knew that dreams really could come true, if only you believed in the power of imagination and friendship. And so, with her heart full of joy and her panda by her side, Polly waved goodbye to the Panda-tastic Paper Plane Parade, knowing that she would cherish the memories of this day forevermore. I hope you enjoy listening to Polly's Panda-tastic Paper Plane Parade.